Knitting for me and crochet is my mindfulness. It's my way of being able to switch off from the outside world and my mind goes quiet, and that's something that's really, really useful when you're getting ready to compete in Olympic Games. Is a very stressful experience, so being able to switch off from all of that is really important. It was my coach who said to me that I never sit still and I'm always on the go and always doing something. So I needed to find something to be able to relax and rest and recover. And then my husband, who works in film and TV, said that lots of people on film sets will knit squares just to pass the time. So I got some needles, got some yarn, went onto YouTube and taught myself how to knit, and then just became completely obsessed with it. And it was just before the lockdown happened, so it was a perfect time to kind of learn a new skill.
And does practicing a manual activity helps you to put yourself in a bubble before games?
Yeah, to be able to, I think it's the one thing with knitting is it stops me from overthinking. It stops me from thinking about the competition every single second of the day. And it's also something I look forward to. After training, I really look forward to be able to get home and be able to start knitting. Like, there's always something at the end of the day, once the kids are in bed, that I get to look forward to do as well. Make a sweater vest with me for my son, because at Made with Love, there's nothing better than making something for your loved ones. In a weird way, I don't necessarily think that they get me to relax, but my kids definitely take me out of the thought about diving, because I come home from diving training and then you have to be on with the kids and you have to be making sure that you're, really present for them. So I think that's something that allows me to switch off from diving as well.
You spoke a few years ago about an eating disorder, bulimia especially. Mm-hmm. How did you handle that?
Going into London 2012, I really didn't have an understanding about nutrition. I didn't have an understanding about how to be able to deal with the pressures that I had externally from coaches and things to be able to lose weight, and I didn't know how to deal with those things. I didn't have a nutritionist support at the time. So for me, it was a really challenging period where I took things into my own hands and tried to deal with it in the way that I thought I could, and created spouts of body dysmorphia, and it was a struggle to be able to get over it. But once I had the right support around me with nutrition and psychology, it really helped me understand what I needed to be able to fuel my body. I think men in particular don't really talk about eating disorders, and because it's not necessarily considered a macho thing and to have, and I think more and more men than you would probably expect do suffer from eating disorders, and so I think it is important to be able to speak on it, to be able to just at least shine a light on it in a little way to make sure that people don't feel completely alone.
What is your relationship with social networks?
For me, social media has always been part of my life growing up, and I've not really thought about it in any other way. It was initially the way that I communicated with my friends, and then lots of it became a little bit more with fans and subscribers who wanted to kind of get an insight into what it's like to be an Olympic diver. But then I also try and curate my social media to be a healthy place where I only follow accounts that inspire me, make me laugh, motivate me, or educate me. And if any time I'm following someone or I see posts that don't make me feel good, I curate my social media so that I don't have to see that. And I think that's a really important thing when you go onto social media, to try and maintain healthy boundaries.
Does it help you in your performance to have a social networks, to have interaction with your community? Yeah,
I think having interaction with the community, especially for me with the knitting, that's the amazing thing. The crafting community online is incredible, because being able to ask questions, to be able to ask for help and advice, there's always someone that is there to be able to help with answering some questions and trying to help you fix your mistakes as well.
You have a community behind you. Does that add pressure to you?
No, I don't think so. I think having a community and people that follow me and people that want to support me, I think it all helps. It feels like it's more motivating than anything. I think lots of people can see it as pressure and expectation, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for my family, and that's the most important thing.